Dave, I have a few questions about the elderly parents' abuse. For example, parents are perfectly fine, except speaking language. They make a false claim that my parents cannot do daily living activities, so I want to be a caregiver. They get paid by the state. They keep the parents in the house, not letting them go out because they are already mentally challenged. That what they have to prove, right?
Right.
So they are locked up inside the house. They cannot socialize. They cannot have fun with friends. What do you think? Isn't it elderly parents abuse?
Yes, wholeheartedly, I would say so. And there's laws in many states against that. And not to mention, it's obviously a false claim for the payments. So it's wrong on a couple of levels and illegal on a couple of levels.
Because they're making false claim
Right.
to the government.
Exactly.
And that's
So it's fraud. It's fraud against a government program, and normally constitutes anywhere from 5 to 10 years in prison, depending on the state and depending on what the level is.
if it is proven.
If it's proven, and it's not that hard to prove. I mean, if the parents just are fine, but they just can't speak.
Since they cannot speak the language, they cannot complain to anybody. Literally, they are hidden inside the community. So there nothing comes out.
Right.
But there are people, if somebody talks behind, and if they have a video or any evidence, they get into big trouble, right?
Yep.
Parents are locked up inside the house, and they are the one doing the cleaning of the house. They are cooking the food and feeding those lazy children.
It's elder abuse for one, and two, they're committing fraud too. So,
There are two kinds.
So two different felonies there. Serious prison time. Yeah.
So how these state programs are funded?
Through state taxes, both property taxes, sales tax, income tax, all those different taxes go into a pool, and that's where these programs are funded from.
Why these kind of programs are funded with the taxpayers' money?
Right.
But definitely government has a good intention for the care of the elderly parents, but the people are abusing the system.
Right.
So how can be prevented?
Anybody can report it. I mean, you can report it to your local police. You can report it to the state agencies themselves. To DES, Department of Economic Security. There's a lot of different ways that you can report that.
But my concern is mistreating the elderly parents.
Yeah. The police department would be the first place to call.
Yeah, because those elderly parents, they raised the kids and they made a lot of sacrifices. Now it is time to rest, but the kids are leeching on them and living off of them, and no parents deserve that.
No, they sure don't.
Yeah, so anybody notices those kind of elderly abuse going on, maybe they should try to make some kind of evidence.
Yep.
Yeah.
Video, audio recordings, anything, that they can bring to the police departments in their local area and report it.
And let's help the parents if we see around in a neighborhood if elderly parents are abused.
Absolutely.